On Apple Valley News Now, an event that aims to honor lives lost, but now a data discrepancy in the count of Yakima's homeless population.
We're tracking cold rain showers tonight, even some sleet and ice in the forecast. All the details coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
Plus, plans delayed for a new mental health and drug treatment facility that will eventually serve Tri-Cities.
This is Apple Valley News Now, prime time, on your side.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling. A loss prevention officer was shot while chasing after a shoplifter at the Union Gap Mall tonight. Union Gap Police Chief Greg Cobb said the suspected gunman got away from the scene and is still on the run at this time. According to Chief Cobb, a man walked into the Macy's store at the Valley Mall, grabbed merchandise, and then walked out of the store and into the mall area. When two loss prevention officers tried to follow him out of the store, Chief Cobb said the man pulled out a gun and shot at them, hitting one of them before running out of the northeast doors of the mall. The condition of the victim is not yet known at this time. The mall is closed for the rest of the night, and the investigation is ongoing. We will continue to update you at applevalleyNewsNow.com. The city of Granger is facing legal action over claims city officials, including the mayor, were negligent in the handling of a sexual harassment investigation into a Granger police officer. In one tort claim, a precursor to a lawsuit filed by the victim, she says she was pressured into a sexual relationship with Officer Glenn Trejo after he responded to her 911 call about a suspicious vehicle following her. She says the city was negligent in their investigation and response. That's because, according to the second tort claim from former police chief Steve Aragus, when he found out that it was happening, he tried to put the officer on leave pending investigation. The mayor told him no and ended up firing Aragus in retaliation instead. And according to the claims, Aragus...
When the police take that step to actually police themselves, that should be applauded and encouraged. It should never be punished, ever. And that's that we will hold the bad actors accountable here.
According to the claims, Aragus helped the victim get an order of protection against the officer, which the judge granted for 10 years. Now the city has 60 days to respond to the claims or end up fighting a lawsuit in court. New tonight, Prosser police say officers arrested an attempted murder suspect Sunday. According to Prosser police, an officer stopped a vehicle on Kinney Way in Prosser. Police say they arrested Raul Alvarez, who had an active $750,000 bail warrant for his arrest. Authorities say he's suspected of being involved in a shooting in Grandview. He's been booked into the Benton County Jail. Let's talk weather. Stacey Lee joins us now with your First Alert weather forecast.
A chilly night, plus we've been tracking lots of rain in our area, just starting to move north of Tri-Cities, but we're still seeing quite a bit of freezing rain right here at the foothills of the Blues between Yakima, Ellensburg, and beyond. Roadways are open, but definitely going to see some slick conditions between Yakima and Ellensburg. Those rain showers, again, just starting to leave the Tri-Cities area, but it's not done for tonight. There's more on the way. 37 degrees on our Legends Casino sky cam. Winds are light at 3. Our feels like temperature, a chilly 35 degrees. Let's take a look at temperatures elsewhere around the area. 37 in Yakima, 34 Ellensburg, a chilly 32 in Cle Elum, 34 degrees along the foothills of the Blues. Now, there's a winter weather advisory for the east slopes of the Cascades through 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Again, we could see up to 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation overnight, so slick roads and hazardous driving conditions. Look for more scattered showers, at least for part of the night and into tomorrow. More fog and air stagnation headed our way. Snow and ice, east slopes of the Cascades. And will there be a white Christmas? That's what everyone wants to know. I'll get to all of those answers coming up here in just a few minutes. Jill?
Thank you, Stacey. Tri-Cities community will have to wait longer than expected for a mental health and drug addiction treatment center. Apple Valley News Now's Alyssa Warner reports plans for the newly renamed Columbia Valley Center for Recovery have been delayed.
So right now we're looking at the end of 2025 to open the doors.
Benton County Deputy Administrator Matt Rasmussen says development plans are making progress, even if it's slower than they had originally hoped.
We are going through what they call a validation phase. So that's where they come in, they take a look at all of the existing conditions, they take a look at what we ultimately want to do with the facility, and they put together a plan, a rough plan, and a cost estimate.
He says the next big step forward should happen around March, and that's when we could start to see some of the construction work actually getting underway.
Once they have a good idea of where they're going to work, they'll want to go in and demolish all of that so that they can look at what they have to work with when they're done. They can do the demolition while we're still working on the design, adjust the design based on what they find, and keep moving those two simultaneously forward.
One of the big updates that this project has gone through since development work started was the county buying this warehouse with plans to turn it into part of the recovery center. Rasmussen says once they're done with the building, you likely won't even recognize it.
The Kennewick Hospital came with a restriction on doing crisis stabilization services there, and so the county decided, like, hey, we need a place that doesn't have that restriction. So that's where we went and ultimately got the warehouse building. It would be significantly redone though. A lot of the masonry blocks, those would be removed. There'd be a lot of windows and doors, and it would not look anything like it currently looks.
At this stage in development, plans are still fairly fluid when it comes to specifics about what services will be offered, where, and when. But Benton Franklin Recovery Coalition Chair Michelle Gerber says this problem is not going away.
We now have about 30 million people in the United States in active addiction. That's almost 1 in 10 Americans. It's really important to get the resources close to home for several reasons. One is that you can get people in a timely manner. They don't have to be on a waiting list for someplace in Seattle or Spokane. So if we have that here, people can go in as soon as they need to go in before the problem gets worse. And another thing is that families can participate. Families can have family classes and education at a local treatment center, whereas they can't if it's far out of town.
The county is working with the Recovery Coalition to make sure that help is accessible in ways that wouldn't be possible without that partnership.
There are going to be things that public money is not allowed to pay for, and we'd like to raise money for those things. Child
care is a great example where, you know, the county can't necessarily pay for people's child care, but the Recovery Coalition through their partners could, or transportation or hotel costs, and some of these things that really make the recovery center from a nice facility to a great place for people to come and get the services they need.
We'd like to have a gymnasium inside the center. We'd also like to have computer rooms where people can learn skills. We want training centers. We also want a family center inside the recovery center where families can visit their loved one, receive education, and even bring their children. So we want some play areas and some family lounges, family conference rooms, and private money is going to have to be raised to pay for those.
Benton and Franklin counties have instituted an extra sales tax to fund the Recovery Center's day-to-day operations. For Apple Valley News Now, I'm Alyssa Warner.
Walla Walla County's Department of Community Health has reported its first flu-related death of the season in the county. Health officials did not release any information about the person who died. However, the county did release information encouraging people to get vaccinated against the flu, COVID, and RSV. Those 3 illnesses have been circulating as of late, and getting sick can ruin your holidays. A follow-up now in the trial of a man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho college students. An Idaho judge has denied the second of 2 motions to dismiss the case against murder suspect Bryan Kohberger. Kohberger's request to dismiss the grand jury indictments against him centered on the defense claim of a biased jury and concerns over evidence. In October, the judge also denied a motion to dismiss based on claims of inaccurate instructions to the grand jury. Prosecutors accuse Kohberger of killing Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonsalves, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. Kohberger has pleaded not guilty to 4 murder charges. A trial date has not yet been set. Law officers arrested a semi-truck driver following this crash. It happened in the westbound I-90 lanes near Vantage in Kittitas County, near the State Route 26 on-ramp. The State Patrol says the driver was arrested on suspicion of DUI. New information tonight regarding the legal battle over the future of the Pac-12. Will the state's highest court get involved? An update next. Also, Stacey Lee is tracking the chance for showers and snow and ice in the mountains. The latest developments in her First Alert forecast are coming up. plus helping Tri-Cities children experiencing trauma and offering them a little comfort. That's ahead on Apple Valley News Now.
From Washington Broadband, where we construct high-speed internet, fiber, cable, and wireless all year round. From us to you,
Merry Christmas! Feliz Navidad!
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Want $500? It's Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities. To enter, click on contests at applevalleynewsnow.com. $500. Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities and applevalleynewsnow.com.
Hi, I'm Gino at Italstone.
Hi, I'm Andrew at Italstone. Excited to join my father's business, a true family business.
And we got great news for you. We just got a fantastic deal on quartz and granite slabs that we want to pass on to you. You'll be shocked at the savings. Come and see us for a free estimate. You'll be glad you did. We are with you every step of the way.
Burning the candle at both ends this holiday season? Well, if it's Z's you need, the holiday sale at Denver Mattress has you covered. And right now, everything is on sale, like the budget-friendly Summit Queen for only $332.49. Or check out Easy Choice Plush or Firm, now just $474.99. Get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, plus 5 years, no interest financing, and free shipping right to your doorstep. The holiday sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
The nights are cooler, and many Yakima Valley residents still depend on wood-burning devices in their homes as their primary source of heat. New wood pellet stoves or electrical devices are much more efficient and are regulated to control emissions. They're cleaner burning and release fewer harmful air pollutants and carcinogens. Upgrade today with the help of Yakima Regional Clean Air Agency's Wood Stove Change-Out Program. With rebates up to $3,800, you could get a new device at little or no cost to you if you qualify. Call today.
In the heart of Tri-Cities wine country, you'll find the Goose Ridge Richland Tasting Room. Located in the center of our vineyards is an opportunity to enjoy life through wines, hard ciders, Monson Ranch spirits, light bites, and live music at Goose Ridge. More than you'd expect, more than just a winery.
Here's a great way to get outside in winter and burn some calories at the same time.
It's really fun, and you just get be outside and you get to go in the snow.
Snowshoeing. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday. Portions of Apple Valley News Now sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
It may be getting colder outside, but tonight we're highlighting an organization that works to keep people warm all year long. The Tri-Cities chapter of Project Linus was established in 2000 and since then has delivered tens of thousands of blankets and quilts to children in the community.
These women are crafting for a cause.
What our mission is to provide comfort to children in our community who are going through a trauma of some sort in their lives, whether they're hospitalized, foster care, or whatever it may be.
Since 2001, the Tri-Cities chapter of Project Linus has delivered nearly 45,000 blankets to children in need.
We distribute about 120 blankets a month.
Once a month, the Richland Public Library hosts Quilting in the Library, an opportunity for Project Linus volunteers and others to get together and sew their quilts.
It's a wonderful place to meet, and people come in. We leave the doors open. People can come in and see what we're doing, and maybe they'll want to join us.
Pam Pelly was instrumental in bringing the group to the library nearly 20 years ago.
The director of the library said we need to get more people using the community rooms. He wanted to see it being used more. And I said, well, how about quilting? Just was the first thing that popped out of my mouth. And he said, that's a wonderful idea. Do it.
In addition to the monthly quilting sessions, the library hosts 2 make-a blanket days throughout the year.
Anybody and everybody is welcome to come. We have knitters and crocheters. We have sewers. We have some people who just come in and want to see what we're doing.
But you don't have to come to the library in order to participate.
Ladies can bring their finished products here. We also have local drop-off locations here in the Tri-Cities, so they can drop off there, and the quilt stores that participate give us a call and we pick up from them.
And while they don't always see the children who receive these blankets, every now and then these volunteers will hear about the impact they've had.
We will get thank you letters from recipients or their parents, and that's what really drives us, is the knowing how much this means to a child.
If you would like to help out Project Linus, we have a link to blanket drop-off information on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. The Washington Supreme Court decided it will not have a hand in the future of the Pac-12 conference. It decided it will not review a lower court's decision to give Washington State and Oregon State universities control of the Pac-12 Board of Directors. The University of Washington and other departing Pac-12 schools asked the court to review the case, saying it caused irreparable harm. The justices denied motions for both discretionary and direct review, leaving the Whitman County judge's ruling in place. And it's a big win for WSU and OSU. Students attending a new school in Kennewick will get their first look at the new campus this week. Ridgeview Elementary will hold a family-only open house between 1 and 2 p.m. this Wednesday, December 20th. The school opens for students on January 3rd. The new school sports 30 classrooms. It's funded through a voter-approved 2019 capital facilities bond and through the state's school construction assistance program. Up next, a Yakima organization is gathering to remember those who passed away and were living with homelessness. But the list of names being read at the ceremony is in question. One of those questions close to home. Emily Goodell has that report next.
There once was a famed country music philosopher named Joe Diffie who said, if it weren't for trucks, we wouldn't have tailgates. So this got me thinking, if we didn't have tailgates, we wouldn't have tailgate parties. And I'm pretty sure if we didn't have tailgate parties, we probably wouldn't have football. And if we didn't have football, well anyway, I'm just thankful for tailgates, that's all. Here's to a great tailgate season. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now seeing patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center providing sports medicine and orthopedic care. His services include arthroscopic surgery, sports injuries treatment, shoulder instability, rotator cuff and replacement surgery, knee reconstruction, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Higgs, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
During the holiday sale at Furniture Row, I could show you one sofa, one table, one mattress, even just one bed. But then you'd miss out on the hundreds of other sofas, tables, beds, mattresses, and accessories that make up Furniture Row's incredible selection and guaranteed lowest prices. And best of all, everything is on sale. Plus, 5 years, no interest financing. Shop the holiday sale today, only at Furniture Row.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Stan, where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot. Where could she?
Hey, everybody. I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
Celebrate the birth of our Savior this Christmas with Pastor Steve Winery from Tri-Cities Calvary Chapel. Join us for a special Christmas service on Apple Valley News Now TV, Christmas morning from 6 to 7 a.m. Experience the love, joy, and hope that Christ brings.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And it's been cold and rainy tonight. We've also been seeing some freezing rain along the foothills and the east slopes of the Cascades. Let's kind of zoom in. Most of that starting to move up to the north, but slick roads there on I-82 between Ellensburg and Yakima. Some of those showers just starting to leave our area. They're not done yet. Expect more rain throughout the night and even to part of tomorrow. 37 degrees on our Dust Devil Geisa sky cam. Winds light at 3 miles an hour. Our feels like temp right now 35 degrees. So I encounter lots of big puddles on my way, so slow things down on those roads out there. Here's the big picture of the system moving in, and as you can see, we have more showers developing and coming up from the south. We'll continue to see this system move through the area for the next 24 hours at least. Here's the first little band of showers we saw today. The snow mainly up into Canada. Tri-City seeing those showers, and rain and freezing rain across the Cascade Mountains with a very light accumulation of some snow overnight tonight. Let's take a look at our futurecast. Most of this system moving up out of our way, but later tonight expect more showers through the Yakima and Kittitas Valley and more freezing rain on the east slopes of the Cascades. Hit or miss Tri-Cities, plus we'll continue to see rain out towards Walla Walla. Better chance of rain early in the morning with again some freezing rain in the Yakima area just outside of Yakima. Here comes another band of showers tomorrow morning. More than likely dry out the door, but it's not going to stay that way. We're still going to get some spotty showers, and here's where we're going to see the mountain snow. Now, our winter weather advisory will remain in place till 1 o'clock tomorrow with some stray showers still possible later. As we get into Wednesday, things will start to clear out, but welcome back the low clouds and fog. That's what's coming. Here's that winter weather advisory for the east slopes of the Cascades into the Kittitas Valley. 1 to 2 inches of snow, maybe about an inch of accumulation, and we could see about 1/10 of an inch of ice, especially on those roadways and those upper elevations. We've also been tracking poor air quality due to the air stagnation in the area, and we're seeing moderate air quality even tonight with the rain from Hermiston all the way up to Moses Lake. So we're kind of in this little band of poor air quality, and that could become a problem over the next couple of days. Our temperatures are staying slightly above average as we move through our week all the way into your Christmas weekend. Christmas Eve, though, is when we'll see a little bit of a cool down here in the Tri-Cities. Now, does that mean we're going to have a white Christmas? So far, it's not looking very promising. We're going to stay in the 40s again all week in Yakima and then drop down on Sunday. Now, these overnight lows will start to get chilly, so if any precipitation does come, slight chance of a white Christmas, or at least a couple of flakes. Let's take a look around our region temperature-wise for tonight. Chilly below freezing in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, slightly above the freezing level in the Columbia Basin and Tri-Cities. Foothills of the Blues staying just slightly above freezing as well. For tomorrow, those temperatures again running a little bit on the warmer side. In fact, look at this, 52 in Dayton, 50 in Pendleton. We'll see the mid-40s in the Columbia Basin, low 40s there in Ellensburg. Let's take a peek at our day for tomorrow. Expect wet conditions out the door in Yakima. Overcast, but starting to clear up and hitting 40 degrees by the midday. You'll see those showers out the door in the Tri-Cities as well as Walla Walla with some overcast conditions. Maybe a few sun breaks in the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities around noon. Those clouds, though, will continue to build up. Plus, you're going to see that fog return through the area as well. Stay with us. I still have your reason to smile coming up. Jill?
Thank you, Stacy. Every year, Yakima Neighborhood Health Services, in partnership with the Homeless Network of Yakima County, holds a candlelight vigil for people who died without a home in the past year. They've done it annually for the past 19 years on National Homeless Persons Memorial Day on December 21st, to remember people who may not have been remembered by many people, but who deserve to be recognized, and to bring awareness to the extent of the problem and what needs to be done to solve it, so no more people die without a home.
We know of 69 as of today. We know that there are people that we don't know of, but we will be saying the names of the 69 who we do know the names of.
Those names will be read at the Candlelight Vigil at 5 p.m. on Thursday at Millennium Plaza, across from the Capitol Theater. Nearly 70 people experiencing homelessness in Yakima County dead in just 1 year seems like a lot, and it is, which is why Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell sat down with YNHS CEO Rhonda Hoff to get a closer look at how they came up with those numbers.
When they talk about that list, they say it's people who died without a permanent place to call home. But it's not an accurate count of how many homeless people died in the past year, which is about 10, according to the Yakima County coroner. What the list actually covers is people who died in the last year and had accessed homeless services in Yakima County at some point in their lives. Information that comes from the State Department of Commerce's Homeless Management Information System and is double-checked with the person's emergency contact.
But we do everything we can to verify their status, that they have lived and participated in the homeless system.
But sometimes there are mistakes.
How certain are you that the people on that list have experienced homelessness at some point in their life?
I'm certain.
I'm asking because when I went through the list, one of the names on that list was my great-grandma, Randall Kilpatrick.
Okay.
And I confirmed with multiple family members that she at no point in her life has ever been homeless. And she also did have multiple homes, multiple places to go. She had, a home, she had an assisted living facility, and then she died at Cottage in the Meadow, surrounded by her loved ones. So,
well, then we should look her up and find out how she got on the list.
I was told it was a clerical error that would be retracted and my great-grandma's name removed from that list. But even when all the names do meet the criteria, it's a number that some service providers, like Camp Hope Director Mike Kay, say doesn't account for the actual death toll of homelessness.
To put those names on that list and then lead the public to believe that they're dying on our streets when they're not dying on our streets at that high of a rate. I'm aware of 2 that are on the list that were not homeless when they passed. And to me, that's irresponsible.
Despite the errors, Kay says the intent behind the candlelight vigil is good.
I think it's a great intent to put people on a list, to celebrate them so that they are remembered. I think that's very noble. But again, I think it's irresponsible when we put people on the list and we lead the public to believe that we've double-checked and triple-checked, spoke to family members.
The Yakima County Coroner's Office keeps track of homeless deaths in the county. I spoke to Jim Curtis today, and he says that the number of homeless people who have died in the county so far this year is at about 10. Reporting in Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Stacey has a final check of your weather next, but first, here's tonight's Reason to Smile.
And this photo comes to us from Charles Dent of West Richland. Normally, he can see the Yakima River, but not thanks to all that fog out there. Thanks for sharing, Charles. Remember, if you'd like to have your photo featured, just get outside, snap it, and send it to me, S. Lee, at applevalleynewsnow.com. Your Reason to Smile is brought to you by West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental in Pasco.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Jack, the data shows that people love our more flavorful Ultimate Cheeseburgers.
Show me the data. So the data's good.
The data's real good.
Honestly, it's the best data I've ever had. My best-selling Ultimate Cheeseburgers, seasoned as they grill.
Do more together this holiday. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $87.50 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
See your community Chevy dealers.
If you're injured on the job, you need an experienced workers' comp attorney.
Workers' compensation is complex. It has its own laws, doctors, courts, and judges.
For years as an assistant attorney general, I represented labor and industries. Now, I fight for injured workers.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411, Bothwell and Hamill.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. That sedentary inactivity is terrible for your health. It's time to add some extra steps to your day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. It's the easiest exercise you will ever do.
Ellipse fits perfectly under my desk, and it is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs. Increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work. Loosen stiff joints and tight muscles. Reduce swelling, alleviate cramps, and calm restless legs.
Ellipse is so smooth, so easy on my joints. My legs are stronger, my joints are no longer stiff. I can walk without pain. My mobility is as good as it was 20 years ago.
Other seated exercises produce harsh, jarring movement, but Ellipse's 46% larger rotational diameter provides more exercise plus ultra smooth motion that's safe, super low impact, and feels great. Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Be one of the first 300 callers and get upgraded to the Ellipse Deluxe Bundle, a $100 value. Yours free. Get the faster motor that produces more than 5 miles worth of steps per hour, the non-slip mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
Mizuru tweets, confession, I really like Jack in the Box Tiny Tacos. My crunchy tiny tacos with creamy avocado lime sauce? There's a lot to like. I have a confession too. One time, I've been advised to stop talking. Tiny tacos, get them regular or loaded.
Approaching shipping deadlines with Christmas now just 1 week away. In order for a package to arrive by Christmas Eve, tomorrow is the deadline for FedEx Express Saver or 3-day freight. Friday marks the last day for FedEx same-day shipping. UPS recommends packages ship out by tomorrow for 3-day select, or Wednesday for second-day air, or Thursday for next-day air. All right, get those Christmas packages out, I guess.
Yes, it's the last-minute shuffle. Let's see what that weather's going to look like going into Christmas. 7-day planning forecast for you. Again, we're going to see a chance of rain on and off tomorrow, especially in Walla Walla. Hermiston are seeing that. Look at that, fog comes back for a couple of days. Now looking towards the end of the week, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, everybody's saying, is it going to be a white Christmas? Well, look at those lows in the 20s. Slight chance of rain, maybe a flake or two if that rain falls in the morning hours.
You never know.
But it's not going to last because those temperatures climb back up close to 40 degrees. So here we've got the rainy situation for Tri-Cities and Yakima, that area fog, air stagnation the next couple of days. Slight chance of some showers coming on Friday, moving into that holiday weekend. And we'll keep a really close eye on that for folks that are going to be traveling across the mountain passes for the holiday weekend. Looking pretty good on Saturday and Sunday for most of us. Not too bad, but there's that slight chance of rain on Monday in Yakima with those 24-degree temps. So maybe a couple of flakes.
Maybe.
But they're not going to stick. So
we still have time. We still have time for things to change.
That's right. It's not going to be snowman snow, but maybe a few flakes for Christmas. So.
Oh, good. That'd be lovely. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We are back tonight at 11.